Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I have a reading for you today with my Dakini Oracle. And I have again the announcement that the astrology workshop is ready, and you can find all the information on my blog page that I will link below in the description. So we have an introduction workshop, a first level workshop, we can say, that you can learn to understand the approach of the real star constellation, which is quite different from Western and sidereal astrology. And this is the program that works with the real true star constellation. The Western astrology is 28 degrees apart from the real constellation. Like they have a picture that was in the sky 2000 years ago, and the Vedic astrology is 6 degrees apart. So just if you're interested, I have all the information listed up already, and you can sign up now. So now we go to the Dakini Oracle, and you can also see when you look at the card that we are in a very, very exceptional situation in the moment, as you probably all know already. And when you look into the world, I have received a lot of information also about what's happening in the world, that, for example, so-called natural catastrophes might not be so natural at all, including a certain earthquake that recently happened. But I have to be careful with the words now. So these are still like underground places that are being blown up, and a lot of traffic is happening from these places. So it's time that they are being destroyed. So what we have here now, see, the first card is the way through, is the key. And this is a very important card, because without the key, we cannot go anywhere. And the key is within us. And again, this refers also to the first three cards, especially here, that if you do not find the key within, you will never, ever find it outside there. What is happening in the moment is that things have again been delayed because not enough people are awake. And this means that a lot of people are still connected to the habits of the false metrics, the habit of the old ways, how we do it. And especially because there is so much pressure. All they want to just go back, like kind of before COVID, before what happened recently, to have a more or less decent life, which is in a way understandable, but that's not the way forward. So you have to figure out how to find the key within, and it's actually very easy. You all hear that little voice within that say what is right, what is wrong, that helps you to decide what you're doing. And I said that in readings before. When you are not sure what to do, ask what love would do now. And I can also see, and I feel in myself, especially with certain events that happen, there is a lot of anger in the world, and frustration and fear. And this is all the fear-based consciousness that is now still kind of very strong, and a lot of people are holding on to that, because this is, even if it might hurt, but this is what people are used to. And to make the jump into something they don't know is quite difficult. But the old world, you can see the old world is dying. There is nothing. A new world is at the horizon that's coming up, and it is up to us if we want to jump here or if we want to die here. Now, I said that before, and I want to say that again, because it's really important to understand that to die is not something bad, but this is a chance for so many who are sitting on the fence and they just don't have that little bit of courage that is left, that they would need to jump forward, that they choose to leave the body because that gives them the last chance. And of course, they don't do that with their ego. They do that from the soul contract. So the soul gives these people a choice. So if you leave the body, then in this moment, when you leave, when you see the truth, everything what is happening, then you will be able to make the decision to jump on a higher timeline. And then you can be reincarnated or come back into the higher timeline of a true matrix, of a divine, cosmic divine matrix. I think there will be a false matrix out there somewhere again, but people who are like just positive in their life, like even not fully, but say 50%. It's don't take me on that word, but it's a little bit like that. They will come to an organic matrix and have a chance to move forward again. And the cabal, those who have controlled the world for so long, they will not be able to capture them. But this is why, see now, the next one is the threefold riddle. So this is, we have the Trinity, the divine Trinity. And a lot of people don't really understand what this is about. And this is for them a threefold riddle. And this is why these figures are completely behind veils, that you cannot see them. So a lot of people don't see in the moment the way out. It's a threefold riddle how this is going to happen. And that's okay. I was talking also in astrology last time. The whole constellation is in Pisces. It is not in Aries, as Western astrology is saying, because this is not the true sky they're working with. So we can say the aspects are still okay, but the signs are definitely not where the planets are. And it's relatively simple. You can look into the sky if you understand a little bit about star constellation, or you could use a program like Stellarium or Star Walk. There are several out there now that show you the real constellation. So what is happening in the moment, what we don't see, is because we are still in the habit of the old. Now you see what is necessary is to blow the mind, and the mind is a program. The mind was programmed the moment you've been born into this body. The whole so-called education is nothing else than brainwash. And this is not just in this lifetime. This is several lifetimes that it went like this. And we are completely moving forward in that brainwash program. And it is very difficult to move out of it. It is, I would say, for a lot of people nearly impossible because they cannot see the progress. Now, see, if we are here on the third dimension, we manifest through the brain, through the energy of what we focus. So when we are so much trained and so much pushed and pulled and kicked and put down, that our whole consciousness is on the fear-based side, that is what we constantly manifest. To make the jump forward into a higher consciousness, into a higher energy frequency where it is easier to make decisions, and when you focus from there, from this kind of positivity, you can also recreate your life. And here we have the Scarlet Woman, which represents, like the card number 3 is, it will be in Tarot, will be the goddess. And this is the energy that we manifest afterwards, which is kind of the sacred conception. And it is not from the brain, it is from the heart. The red energy is the blood, it represents the life energy here. And here we have the more aggressive energy of the fire, which is not tamed, that is representing that volcano that blow up our mind. And see, this is also why I said to those people who are leaving now, don't be sorry for them. They have a big chance with this blow your mind to see again beyond the riddle, beyond that riddle, and they will have a chance to come up into the new dimension. So what we have here is a fantastic chance. So first of all, you have the key within. There is no key without. Be very careful whom you believe. If it does not resonate with you, then let it go. And there are a lot of people who will move into a higher timeline in the moment, but they cannot take somebody else with them. And this is now really every individual decides, and you have to decide what you want. And with that decision, you attract different circumstances in your life. You will see things, you will meet people depending on where your personal consciousness level is. And I said often we have to flow with the higher energies, but also again, be careful, don't flow with the lower energies. I have posted something like that a few days ago, because if we don't let go, and to let flow is not from the brain, because the brain doesn't flow. The brain is like this forth and back and forth and back and forth and back, that is always judging things. That is again with the duality, that is good, that is bad, that is good, that is bad. But when you drop into your heart and you feel, what does that feel for me? If some person says this or says that, how does it feel? And then go with your feeling. We cannot pretend that nothing is happening, and we cannot pretend that we are sleeping on a bed of roses in the moment. This is that transition, that one-time chance that is happening every 26,000 years to shift into a higher consciousness, to move forward, and this time the planet not being destroyed. So we don't have to come back and start at the scratch. And this is what is especially important, that the planet is liberated from these beings who have created the false matrix. And we have signed up to be here especially for this. So we have now to do the work. Now to do that work, that we are working with our thoughts, that we don't let the negative things take over, that we don't let ourselves be guided by fear, but stand up and have courage. But you can do this only if you go step by step. You face one day after the other. You cannot face a lot, the big picture. Like you cannot face the whole politics and everything what is going on here. Whatever has to be in your life is coming into your life. There is no coincidence. Whatever is right in front of your nose, this is what you have to work with. So if you have physical symptoms, for example, then focus on them and look, what can I do to heal myself? And to heal the body is also part of the general healing that we are going through in the moment. Because our body is moving from a carbon-based DNA, is shifting into that higher crystalline DNA, and also the so-called junk DNA that science doesn't know what to do with, that will be reawakened. And the more you focus on this, the more energy will awaken within from the DNA, and you become more sure with every step you take forward. What can you do? Meditate. But meditation does not mean that you have to sit in a lotus seat and sit there for hours. Meditation can be creating art. Meditation can be sport or taking walks in nature. Go out, have fun. To go up to a higher consciousness level has something to do with positive events in your life. And I have, when I'm completely into my artwork, I forget time, I forget everything. I'm just completely there and I'm happy. And many people have things like that they do sports or whatever you do. But whatever that feels like, you are in a higher consciousness because you feel that happiness, and you have to feel it, not know or I should be happy or whatever, but really feel that satisfaction in life, this is where you focus on a higher energy, on that energy that will carry you high. And see here, this is the creation aspect with the goddess here. She is the one to create everything. You might remember the tarot card from the goddess that is surrounded by beautiful nature. And actually, in older tarot cards that I had still a deck many, many, many years ago, that she was actually depicted with open legs giving birth to a child. And this is that giving birth aspect that is so important. So you have to blow your mind first. You have to get out of that old program. Go through those riddles. Don't try to see things. Don't try to worry about what is outside there. Just focus on what is right here with you. The old world is being destroyed. There's nothing you can do about it. So when you go back, when we go the way back, focus on that key that is within you, that knowing, that first, like also when the baby's born, that first breath, that first smile, that is within you, that you are a cosmic being. And you are not the physical being. Again, I have a hand. I am not my hand. I have a body. I am not my body. So this is so important. And remember with the words are power. So when you say I am, that's what you focus. So when you say I'm sick or tired, or I'm angry, or I'm this, or I'm that, this is what you manifest. You know, anger is a feeling. You don't have to deny it, but I feel angry. I feel tired, but not I am. And this is something we have to, even in other languages, we have to be very careful that we do not manifest that. And this is also part of the brainwash, that they manipulated the language, that we manifest negative things. Okay, I think that's more or less about it. And you can ask questions in the comments below if you like, or let me know what you think about it, what you feel about it. It's just very important that you understand that we are in a crucial moment on the planet right now, and especially you, me, every individual. Now we are choosing which timeline we move forward in the very near future, because it will shift, but it takes still a while. And this is the work we have to do now. Also ground to Mother Earth, ground to the energies that are around you, to help you to be rooted. Because, you know, if you are a tree and you have no good roots, the next storm will blow you away. But if you have good roots, it's easy, and you will just bend, you know, not being stiff to be broken, but to be able to bend in the storm that we are in, when we are in it already. So it's also kind of to find the center of the storm, you know, the moment of the quietness, of the stillness. It's like also when you have a wheel, when you have the center of the wheel, there is the stillness. And where is the center in our body? It's the heart. So I have sometimes when I really feel, and I did feel when we had this earthquake in Mandalay, the energy very badly. So what I did, I went online and watched a few funny movies that helped me to move away from that focus. So do anything what you want to do to get out of negativity. And if it's just for a few hours, it helps you to lift your consciousness. Okay, so I will have a moon reading soon again. I wish you all the best, and I hope that this reading can help you a little bit to understand what's going on. So again, don't try to know. Don't try the threefold riddle. Don't try to know. So you don't need to read papers, or you don't need to watch the news. This is not giving you any information which is true anyway. It's all manipulated. So just rely on your feeling. What do you feel? what would love do now? What would I do now to support life, to help life? And don't try to missionary. It won't help. People have made their decisions already. And again, those sitting on the fence, but having a chance to go higher timeline, a lot of them will leave the planet in a very near future. And don't be sorry for them. Life is eternal. You are not your body. And once you leave the body, and you know from everybody who had a near-death experience that this is a liberation and nothing else. It's not really just going home, but it's moving forward in our stage of evolution. Okay, again, give me a thumbs up, write a comment, and tell me what you think, so I can also maybe answer some more questions in the future. Bye-bye for now.